Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to another Wild Rift video, and in today's video I'll be playing Fiora again. So I played a lot of Fiora to make you guys this video. As you can see, in my latest 50 games I had a lot of Fiora games, and it's funny because even below this I had even more Fiora games, because I really wanted to get really good at Fiora to bring you guys a quality video. And before starting this actual video, I want to give you guys a challenge. I want to do some sort of a troll build in ranked, and I'm thinking about ability power Nasus, full ability power Nasus. If this video reaches 1,500 likes, that is a lot to ask, but if it does, I will make an ability power Nasus video, a legit ability power Nasus video in a ranked game. I am Diamond 1 right now, so my ranked games are pretty high elo, and I'm actually ranking up pretty hard. Okay. I'm gonna explain what to build on Fiora. If you don't care about what to build on Fiora, timestamps in the description. Also doing a skin giveaway, 10 skins, put down a comment under this video to enter the skin giveaway. So how do you build Fiora? Let me explain. After all my games on Fiora, all these games, I'm gonna explain to you how to build Fiora. You start with a Trinity Force, always. This is 100% what you should start with. I have seen a Manamune build, but I don't like it at all. See, the thing about starting with Manamune is you'll have so much mana that you can spam your abilities. However, it's not necessary. You would much rather have more damage than a Manamune. So start with a Trinity Force. And as the components, start with a Sheen first. This is gonna boost your damage by a lot. This is a very, very important item. Whenever you can get it, get it. After Sheen, get a Phage, because this one is going to give you bonus movement speed when you're hitting the enemy, which is crucial on Fiora. Okay, so after finishing your Trinity Force, you have a massive power spike. Okay, a massive power spike. And as your second item, I have experimented with Blade of the Ruined King, Starix Gauge, Death's Dance. I've experimented with a lot of second items, and I gotta say, in 90% of my games, I go for Blade of the Ruined King. This just perfectly fits Fiora's kit because, you can cancel your basic attacks so easily with Fiora. I mean, you can channel a lot of basic attacks because your third ability allows you to do 4 basic attacks in 1.5 seconds. So that's why I almost always go for Blade of the Ruined King. If I am against a full burst comp, full burst, Zed, Akali, Katarina, whatever, full burst, sometimes I go for Death's Dance second item. This item is obviously going to delay the burst, allowing you to survive through it a little longer. If I am playing Fiora, and I'm going to try to make it easy for you to understand, but Starix Gauge is really good if you want to buy time for your team. Because what this item is going to do, when you're diving into the enemy, you're going to get that bonus shield which gives you tenacity and health, and it's going to buy your team 2 more seconds to deal damage. So if you want to be the type of Fiora that dives into the enemy and buy time for your team, get a Starix Gauge. However, if you just want to carry yourself, get a Blade of the Ruined King. So after these 2 items, by the way, after Trinity Force, make sure you get tier 1 boots at least. So what boots do you get on Fiora? Let me explain. If the enemy has a lot of ability power, a lot of CC, get Mercury Threads. And okay, let me explain to you when you should get plated steel caps, because there are 2 scenarios that you should get plated steel caps. First scenario, if the enemy is full attack damage, get plated steel caps, of course. Second scenario is, let's say you're playing against a Darius, for example, and even though the enemy has some ability power, if you just want to 1v1 the Darius, if you feel like in the game you're gonna 1v1 the Darius often, you can choose to get plated steel caps just to be able to 1v1 the Darius, because plated steel caps are gonna help you massively to 1v1 the enemy Darius or any other attack damage champion. So keep that in mind, You can also get Glutinous Greaves. Now, it doesn't really fit too well in my build because I go for Blade of the Ruined King second, and this is definitely what you want to go for on Fiora. But if you feel like the enemy doesn't have a lot of anti-heal, anti-heal items like Mortal Reminder or Thornmill, you can choose to go for Glutinous Greaves as well to get even more healing. However, I really recommend one of these 2 boots on Fiora. As your third item, it's situational. Does the enemy have a lot of burst? Get Death's Dance. Do you want to buy time for your team? Get Starix Gauge. Do you want armor and the Guardian Angel? Right, get Guardian Angel. I never really get any other armor item except for Guardian Angel, because this one is absolutely perfect on Fiora, getting a Guardian Angel. So I have also experimented with this item, which is Frozen Mallet, and I gotta say I really don't like it. It's just don't go for this item. It only gives you 25 attack damage. It gives you a lot of health, true, but no, it's not good. It's really a waste of an item. So another good item of Fiora is this item, Yumo's Ghostblade. Get this item. Okay, so don't get this as your third item. Only get this as your fourth or fifth item. And let me explain to you when you should get it. So if the enemy has the Cloud Dragon, you know, the dragon that gives movement speed, it can be a good idea to get Yumo's Ghostblade, because the bonus movement speed is going to allow you to catch up to an enemy even though they have a Cloud Dragon. And that's pretty much the only scenario I would go for Yumo's Ghostblade. Or if the enemy has really fast champions like Rammus, like Janna. What other champion is fast? Basically fast champion, you know. I don't really know exactly which ones are fast right now, but basically fast champions. Another thing to note about Fiora is Maw of Marmortius. This is a very, very underrated item, guys. So let me explain. If you're playing as Gragas, for example, Gragas is the perfect example. You can choose to get Hex Drinker as your second item after Trinity Force. It's true that it's going to delay your Blade of the Rune King, but it is definitely worth it, because Hex Drinker is going to give you a bonus shield that absorbs magic damage, and it's going to give you a lot of magic resist. Only buy this item if you're against an ability power matchup and you really feel like you can utilize the bonus magic resist in the game as well. So don't finish your Maw of Marmortius second item. Finish your Blade of the Rune King, and then as your third item you can finish your Maw of Marmortius. This item is really, really underrated, guys. Okay, so that is pretty much how you build Fiora. Let me check if I didn't forget anything. Yes, that is pretty much how you build Fiora. So about the runes, so the first rune depends on your playstyle. Let me explain. You can either go for Conqueror on Fiora, or you can go for Grasp of the Undying. Grasp of the Undying is gonna allow you to dominate your lane. With this rune, every time you poke the enemy, you're gonna do a lot of damage, and you're gonna heal up. These two things are gonna allow you to dominate your lane. So when you take Grasp of the Undying, you really have to win your lane, because, you know, it's really going to give you a big advantage in the lane. However, Conqueror is going to give you that big damage in longer fights. But when the new update is coming, let me explain to you. Yeah, so as it reads, you're going to get the stacks for 8 seconds. And the way that it works is you can poke the enemy, and then you're gonna have 1 Conqueror stacks for 8 seconds. And then if you attack the enemy within the 8 seconds again, you know, you're gonna get more stacks. So in the next update, which is gonna be out like tomorrow, it's not gonna be 8 seconds anymore, it's gonna be 6 seconds. So that's why Conqueror is likely not going to be worth it on Fiora anymore, unless you really want to play all in Fiora all the time. So if you really want to win the lane, get Grasp of the Undying. If you want to do a lot of damage in longer fights, get Conqueror. That's basically how you decide it. I almost always go for Grasp of the Undying. I'm not saying Conqueror is bad, I'm just explaining to you when you should go for each one. And here, you can go for Brutal or Champion rune. Now in the game that I'll show you today, I went for Champion. So go for Champion if you really feel like you can stay alive. Go for Brutal if you just want to have damage, you know, if you want to have safe damage throughout the game. And as your third rune, Spirit Walker. Man, I'm talking for too long. 8.5 minutes intro already. That's crazy. Spirit Walker is always going to be very nice on Fiora because, you know, it allows you to run through the slows. And the most important thing, it gives you 50 health immediately in the early game. So combining Spirit Walker with Grasp of the Undying, you should really dominate the early game. Especially if you have Champion rune as well, which I will show you in today's video. And as your last rune, Sweet Tooth. Always go for Sweet Tooth on Fiora. Actually, you can go for Mastermind if you feel like you have an easy lane. But as I said, my playstyle of Fiora is dominating your lane. So I go for Sweet Tooth. And as my spell, again, dominating my lane, Ignite. You don't really want to go for Barrier on Fiora. Also, in the next update, Barrier is not going to have 90-second cooldown. It's going to be 120 second. So always go for Ignite on Fiora. Alright, enough now. Let's get into the gameplay. I'm playing Fiora against a Darius that has Mastery 7 actually, and you have to say something, guys. I accidentally deleted the file. Oh my god. I legit almost cried. I'm not even kidding. I played 15 hours of Fiora just for this video, and I got the perfect gameplay after all the practice, everything. I got the perfect video, and I accidentally deleted it. So I'm gonna show you guys the replay. I really hope you guys don't mind too much, because this, you really have to see this video, because oh my god, you can learn so much from it. So okay, about Fiora. There is so much to say about Fiora, and I'm gonna try to tell you everything in one video. So obviously in the early game, the way that you want to play Fiora is try to use your first ability to hit the vitals on the enemy. This is the way to win your lane. So take a look at what I'm doing here. I used my first ability on the minion to last hit it there, of course. But what I'm doing right now is I am gonna try to hit the Darius whenever I can. Boom. Just like that. So this is always gonna work because whenever you hit a vital, you're gonna do a lot of damage, of course. And you are gonna get bonus movement speed, so you can escape too. Look at this. Did you see that? I hit the vital and the Darius thought that he could hit me with his first ability, but I could just escape because of the bonus movement speed. Boom. Again, take a look. He went way too far and boom. Easy kill. This is what you can do on Fiora, guys. So when an enemy overextends, just like the Darius did, even though his vital was on the back. So the reason that the Darius overextended is because he thought that I was not going to be able to hit his vital. It doesn't matter. You know why? Because if you use your first ability on the enemy, then, listen carefully, first ability, basic attack, and then your third ability. It is very, very important to use a basic attack in between the third ability because after your first ability, it's a basic attack cancel. So you can immediately do another basic attack and then your third ability. I'm going to explain it again because I think I made it a little complicated. First ability, basic attack, third ability. If you do that, you're going to be able to hit 4 basic attacks and they deal a lot of damage too, and you're going to slow the enemy. And on top of that, you can ignite the enemy. And as you could see, the Darius flashed away. He actually would survive, but of course, I flashed on top of him and I killed him. Beautifully played. So this is yet another way to outtrade the enemy. Look at this. I'm just walking around him. So close. So the way that you want to play Fiora again in the lane like that is, even though that it looked unfavorable for me, and here of course I just kill him. Even though it looked unfavorable for me because the Darius had 4 stacks, the way that you can play lane with Fiora, and this is very important because I don't see many people do it, you can just run around. If you hit a vital, you get bonus movement speed. This is a thing that so many players forget. So what you can do with the bonus movement speed is walk around. You can walk around the Darius and wait until the next vital spawns, and then you can try to hit it again. And this way, you're going to be able to make unfavorable trades favorable for you. As you could see there, when I was fighting the Darius, I actually made a mistake and the Darius was winning the fight. However, I hit 1 vital, I ran around and I killed him. That's another thing that you can do on Fiora, guys. Okay, let's talk about Fiora's second ability, perhaps the most important ability. This ability is very, very important because, of course, it allows you to dodge a lot of damage or dodge CC, and if you dodge CC with it, you're gonna stun the enemy. Very, very important ability. So all I really gotta say about this ability is time it right. It is very hard, trust me, it is very hard to really get good at it, but what was I gonna say? But once you get good at it, like once you are able to time your second ability right, your Fiora game is gonna go from here to here. Let me give you an example. If you can block the Darius hook, you're gonna stun him, and trust me, you're gonna win the trade. Another example is when you're playing against an Evelynn. If the Evelynn charms you, you can block it. Yet another example is Ahri. If the Ahri shoots her third ability at you, and you are able to block it with your second ability, you're gonna kill the Ahri. It's actually so like, it's crazy. If you can outplay the enemy with your second ability, like, you'll just win. So what I'm doing here is I'm rotating, but as you can see, the Darius is actually gonna push. So I actually chose to rotate because I wanted to make sure we get this dragon. But here, as you can see, I'm just backboarding. I'm not gonna help my team to fight anymore because I want to save this turret. I don't want to give the Darius a free turret. You know, I secured the dragon for my team, but I don't want to give the Darius a free turret. As you can see, the Darius is trying to attack the turret, but you know, I backboarded a little early and I can defend the turret. So take a look at this. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I actually wanted to flash next to him, but I still killed him because I was able to hit a lot of vitals for my ultimate. So of course, Fiora is very strong in 1v1 situations, and the ultimate is the main reason for that. So let me give you some tips on how to really hit the ultimate effectively. So when you hit your ultimate, you know, when you click on the ultimate, try to hit a basic attack or your first ability on the enemy immediately. this is going to be a free stack, right? So we click on your ultimate, then either basic attack the enemy or use your first ability. This is going to be one free hit. After that, use your third ability. So with your third ability, try to hit another vital. And the good thing about the third ability is, whenever you hit it, the first proc is going to slow the enemy too. And if the enemy is slowed, it's going to be very easy for you to hit yet another vital. I know that it can be very hard to hit all 4 vitals on the enemy. So I would say practice, this is definitely practice. Learn how to combo it. I have a lot of Fiora videos on my YouTube channel, so make sure you check them out, because in those videos I give a lot of tips on how to play her as well, besides this video. So yeah. Another tip that I have for you on how to use Fiora's ultimate is you can use it on an enemy target that is at 20% or 25% HP in a team fight. Because if you do that, you're going to be able to kill that enemy even if you only hit two of your vitals. And what that's going to do is it's going to put down the big healing aura in the middle of the fight. Of course, that is huge for your team, because your whole team is going to be able to heal with it, right? So keep that in mind too, and you'll see me do it in this game. Look, just like that. Just like what I did with the Ari. I used my ultimate, even though she was low. Oh my god, I just blocked his hook as well. Beautiful play. Beautiful, beautiful play. This is what you want to do on Fiora, guys. So I used my ultimate on the enemy Ari to finish her off. And then I dived over the wall. I knew that there was a minion. This was actually kind of troll, we both kind of trolled her. Yeah, I dived over the wall. I knew that there was a jungle camp there, so I can just dive over the wall with my first ability. And then I was expecting the Darius, used my second ability to block his hook, and we killed him as well. So let me give you another little tip on Fiora, which is, if you're walking towards somewhere, what you can do is, let's say you're walking through the jungle, what you can do is you can dash with your first ability wherever there are minions. And the reason for that is, you can walk faster like that, right? I actually filled my dash here. But yeah, that's what you can do. When you're walking through the jungle or through the lane, just like that, boom. Use your first ability, because it's going to make you a little faster. You're going to get to certain places a little faster. Yeah. Okay, so let me tell you how to counter Fiora. And the biggest tip that I have for you on how to counter Fiora is outplay her by baiting her second ability. So when you're playing Darius, for example, let's say you manage to get 5 stacks on the enemy Fiora. Don't immediately use your ultimate. Wait until Fiora has to use her second ability, and then, oh, I just blocked it again. Oh my god, this is just too damn good. Look at this. Oh my god. Okay, sorry, this is a little self-praise, but I'm sorry. Sometimes I can do it. The reason that I'm so good at Fiora is because I literally played 15 hours of Fiora just for this video. It's So, let me give you some tips on how to use the second ability, because as you can see, I am winning all these fights because of my second ability. So you really have to outsmart your enemy. That's actually the only thing that you can do with your second ability. First way to use your second ability is, for example, if you're against Camille, it's actually very easy to block Camille ultimate with your second ability. The way that you can do it is practice, practice. Play her in some, maybe you can do like a 1v1 with a friend, no, you know what you should do? Go into a bot match, a practice match, level up your Fiora to level 15 and level up the enemy Camille to level 15 too. Basically, you're gonna play against the bot. But what you're gonna do in that game is only practice blocking the Camille ultimate. You can do the same thing against Garen or against Darius, just go in a practice mode and practice. I have actually done this too, and that's why I got so good at blocking with my second ability. I went into practice mode a few times and I just practiced with blocking. Because in the beginning when I was playing Fiora, I found it really hard to effectively use my second ability. But once I got into the practice mode, and once I got I think I have 80 games on Fiora already. I only have 3 Fiora videos. It's crazy how hard Fiora is, guys. So practice the second ability. If you get good at the second ability, your Fiora is gonna be so damn good. Really, guys, you are gonna get so good at Fiora. You're gonna win a lot of games. I've ranked myself up to Diamond 1 with Darius and Fiora. I wanted to make a Darius video and a Fiora video. And yeah. I actually wonder if this video is actually gonna reach 1,500 likes because I was thinking of doing ability power Nasus. I played like 3 games of him in a PvP match, and I got MVP in all those 3 matches, by the way, which is kind of funny. Oh, I failed my flash here. Wow. It's fine though, because the Katrina was here to finish off, and very, very nice. What was I gonna say? I have more to say. I already told you how to build Fiora, so there's no reason to tell you that. Oh yeah, about the enchantments. What enchantment you should get. So in 80% of my games, I go for Teleport Fiora because Fiora is very, very good at split pushing. So the way that you want to play Fiora with Teleport is, of course, you want to split push on the opposite lane of where the objective is. So let me tell you, if there is a dragon up, you want to push Baron lane. If there is a Baron up, you want to push Dragon lane. Only if you have a teleport. In this game, I don't have a teleport, by the way. Let me take a look. Yeah, as you can see, I actually got Quicksilver enchant, but I'm gonna talk about teleport real quick now. So when you have teleport, you want to push the opposite lanes, split push, and teleport to your team when they need you, right? That's what you want to do. You can also go for Stasis Enchant on Fiora. Go for Stasis Enchant if you really want to dive deep into the enemy and buy time for your team. Like 80% of the games you go for teleport boots, and 19% of the games Stasis Enchant. And in 1% of the games you go for Quicksilver Enchant. Only go for Quicksilver Enchant if you really feel like you need it against the enemy, because they have a lot of stuns and silences and things like that, right? So here, as you can see, you know, I'm just destroying them. I used my ultimate on the Darius to just burst him down hard, and it did super well. And the reason that I got Quicksilver Enchant in this game is because they have Ahri, they have Vayne, they have these crazy CC champions, so I want to be able to deny the CC with my Quicksilver, right? Boom, just killed him, just like that. And like, this is real clean gameplay, and I really hope you guys learned from this video. I actually blocked the Vayne stun again. However, I didn't manage to hit her, but like, it's so important to hit your second ability. If you guys really want to learn Fiora, make sure to check out my other Fiora videos too. Just look up on YouTube, HellsDevil Fiora. And I showed it in the last video too. But if you go to my YouTube channel and scroll down a little bit, I have 5 playlists. Dragon lane, mid lane, jungle, support, and Baron lane. You can just click on one of the playlists and see videos of me playing the certain roles, right? Like if you're a mid lane main and you only want to watch my mid lane videos, you can find that over there and watch all my mid lane videos. I really hope that helps, by the way. So let's take a look at how I'm playing here. So as a Fiora, you don't really want to look for team fights. The way that you want to play Fiora is you often want to look for 1v1s, 2v2, 3v3, you know, like basically little skirmishes. Team fights are kind of a weakness for Fiora because her abilities are supposed to hit a single target. You know, all your abilities hit single target enemies. So if you can look for these 1v1s, 2v2, 3v3, just like I did here, you know, I fought the Ahri in a 1v1, you're gonna get an advantage to yourself, and that is your win condition. So, let me tell you some really good drafts for Fiora. Fiora is really good against Galio because Galio's ultimate is going to be a free hit for your second ability. You know, when Galio uses his ultimate, you can just stand in the ultimate and stun whoever you want with your second ability. Another very good draft for Fiora is Nami. Nami's ultimate and Nami's first ability are very, very easy to dodge with Fiora. Very easy. Also Camille, you know, you can outplay the Camille. If you're actually really good at Fiora, you can counter Camille because it's very easy to block her ultimate with your second ability. Yes, that. So, as you can see here, you know, I'm not sticking with my team. I'm just staying alone. And what I want to do is I want to flank the enemy. This is yet another thing that Fiora is really good at. Flanking the enemy. You know, you like, as you can see, like I want to get in from the side. But I'm not actually going in because it's 1v4. I'm not going to kill myself for no reason, right? Yeah, I backported here to buy an item. Yeah, they're dying without me. Not really smart, but actually they're doing fine. So here, you know, I'm coming and it's a guaranteed win fight because they already killed 2 enemies and I am up 2. They're actually cleaning up without me. Crazy, they don't even need me. So in a situation like this, you know, you kind of want to play it safe. Just get the Baron and then you can finish the game because we can't actually finish the game. Especially because they have an Ari and a Darius. These two champions are quite good at defending. So, you know, just get the Baron and you can apply a lot of pressure to the enemy. Man, I talked so much that I actually have a sore throat. It's crazy. Let's talk about some personal things too, because you know I think I taught you enough about Fiora in the video already. So you guys, you know, I read comments every day. Like I read them before I go to bed and when I wake up. It's crazy because my channel gets like 600 or 700 comments every day, but I read hundreds of comments every day. And even though I don't give your comment a heart, I do actually read a lot. Like I try to read everything. Obviously I can't read everything because, you know, there are so many comments, but I really try to read a lot. And the reason that I actually spend a lot of time to do this is because I really feel a lot of respect from you guys, you know, because my channel, I have the most active channel on the Wild Rift, you know, on Wild Rift. There is no other channel that gets more comments, you know, per view on my channel. And what that shows me is that you guys truly care about me. So I also truly care about you, and I respect it by reading all, like, as many comments as I can. I also read all my Instagram DMs, I read all my Twitter DMs, and whenever people mention me on Instagram and Twitter, I read everything. It costs a lot of time, but I truly enjoy it and I do it out of respect too, you know? So thank you guys so much for that, and that's why I want to give you guys respect too. So yeah, that was it for today's video. I'm so sorry that it was a replay. It's just I accidentally deleted the file because yeah, it's just I'm stupid sometimes, okay? I accidentally deleted the file. So let's take. Oh wait, I have to actually click now. Kind of funny. Yeah, it's crazy because the Lux actually got MVP, and he was my he's actually a friend of mine. Lux did more damage than me. What? But it's okay. Like I didn't do a lot of damage, but I got some very clean kills. So thank you guys very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.